Hi, I'm Simon. When I was working a 9-to-5 job, I used to think that the path to greater freedom always required something massive, starting from my own business or waiting years for long-term plans to materialize. Those options exist, but they're not comfortable for everyone. I wanted to find a different way to work with changing information calmly without rushing or making random decisions. Over the years, I developed a method where you can observe the thought process of people who make deliberate decisions. First, you understand what's behind them, and then, if you want, you can try applying elements of this approach at your own pace. On the screen, I see gradual upward movement. It's smooth, without sharp spikes. I jot this down in my notes and continue watching to see what happens next. Such calm moments help me examine the process more carefully and notice things that usually slip by. The data lines start behaving differently. This could mean small shifts are happening in the picture, plus the price has returned to a zone where it previously paused. I know this moment and keep observing. It's important to look not just at the direction, but also at the context in which changes occur. After a long upward move, the pace has started slowing down. I note to myself that the dynamics are shifting and watch how it unfolds. Sometimes changes begin quietly and are only visible through patient observations. The chart has approached an area where reversals happened before. I make note of this and watch to see if the situation repeats. Recurring scenarios help recognize familiar patterns in new circumstances. This approach became the foundation of my community, accessible via the link in the description or the pinned comment. It brings together people from different countries and backgrounds, all united by a common interest: learning to see structure where there seemed to be chaos at first glance. Many describe it as the effect of engaged observation, when you see the process from the inside and gradually begin to understand the steps and thoughts behind it. One member recently shared, "I didn't think to figure it out, but when you take it step by step, everything becomes much clearer." If you have a smartphone and a little attention to spare, great. My community doesn't involve complicated software, confusing terms, or technical setups. Together we break down what's happening, why, and what the possible options are. If you're curious, take a look inside. This is not a course or rigid system. It's an open format where I share my approach, how I think, what I pay attention to, and how I analyze things. Everything happens in a relaxed atmosphere with support. The link is in the video description or the first pinned comment. Now let's get started. The upward movement has gradually slowed. I record this and continue watching for what comes next. A slowdown is a signal to pay closer attention to details and adjust your perception. The price has paused at key level and slightly pulled back. I note this moment and observe how the data behaves next. Small retracement allows you to see the process from a different angle. The dynamics has calmed and are shifting downward. I mark it in my notes and keep tracking. Changes in direction only becomes noticeable with a careful and unhurried approach. After the rise, the price stopped making new heights and started moving the opposite way. I record the observation. When movement stalls, it's a good moment to reassess the picture. I see a steady downward move without spikes. I note it and follow the development. Sometimes it's enough just to be present with the process and observe how it unfolds. This is how my work goes, calmly, without rush or guesswork, just observation, analysis, and gradual conclusions. If you want to see this process live and learn how we do it in the community, check the link in the pinned comment.